Hello and welcome to the Disney Stranger channel. I'm Disney and my dad is the Disney Stranger, who just so happens to be a time traveler. Our family creates vlogs about Disney World and Disneyland, but we also happen to make videos about Disney's past. Lucky for us, we own a time machine. Today, we're going to look back at Walt Disney World's past. We are visiting some rides that no longer exist or have been redesigned and rethemed with a brand new overlay. We are going to be exploring the top 5 Disney Stranger Time Machine extinct rides at Walt Disney World. Let's go!
Hey Disney, fire up that Disney Stranger Time Machine.
You got it! Number 5, the water rides at River Country. Now some of you may not consider these as official rides, but we're going to include this in our list anyway. Located adjacent to Pioneer Hall at Fort Wilderness Resort, River Country did have some really cool, laid-back, fun water rides.
River Country, big River Country, it's a hoot, it's a holler, it's a
They included lazy river tubes, zip lines, and water slides. But now, sadly, the water park formerly known as River Country does not exist. It's been completely bulldozed over the past 2 years, and with the water park also went the rides. River Country opened June 20th, 1976 and lasted for 25 great wet and wild seasons, closing on November 2nd, 2001. The featured slides at the park were Whoop and Holler and Hollow, a pair of water slides that emptied into Bay Cove, and Slippery Slide Falls, a pair of water slides that emptied into a chlorine pool called Upstream Plunge. The biggest reason for River Country's closure is that the park simply could not handle the large crowds next to its larger siblings. The final decision to close the park can mostly be attributed to the massive travel slowdown following the events of 9/11. It's truly a shame that Disney has lost this little treasure, and I'm so sad I never had the chance to experience it. Number 4. Sea-based Selfish Sea Cabs at the Living Seas at Epcot. Before Disney's retheming of the seas with Nemo and Friends, an Epcot pavilion based on Pixar's Finding Nemo in 2003, the Living Seas Pavilion was themed as a futuristic deep underwater sea base called Sea Base Alpha. The concept of this pavilion was to take visitors under the ocean to visit this underwater hideaway. Guests viewed a short movie about the formation of the oceans entitled The Sea, which was followed by an elevator ride to the ocean floor aboard a hydrolator. Guests then board a sea cab, a 2-passenger vehicle, for a 3-minute voyage along the ocean floor, through tunnels, past the entire coral reef, seen through 6-inch thick crystal clear windows. The Living Seas opened on January 15, 1986. On October 21, 2001, as a result of declining patronage following the events of 9/11, the sea cabs were boarded up and left alone. Throughout 2006, the original sea cabs were being rebuilt as new Playmobiles. The ride as we know today, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, was dedicated on January 24, 2007, essentially a Nemo-themed overlay of the original sea cab ride. Number 3. The Skyway at Magic Kingdom. Long before the enclosed Skyliners graced the Disney World Resort sky, the Magic Kingdom had another cable car system, the Skyway. It once took you from one end of the park to the other, by way of a skinny cable in an open-aired cab. If you were one of those people who get a little nervous on the Skyliner, this ride would definitely make the hairs of the back of your neck stand up. The Skyway was an opening day attraction and began operating October 1st, 1971. Each cable car was able to carry a maximum of 4 adults. In Fantasyland, guests would depart a Bavarian-style chalet and continue over Fantasyland. Then gondolas would descend to an L-shaped turn midway through the attraction, located in the middle of the Speedway race cars, then ascending again and traveling on towards their destination, Tomorrowland. The ride also took you in the reverse direction back to Fantasyland from Tomorrowland. Skyway was closed November 10, 1999 due to low ride capacity and safety concerns. Number 2. The studio's Backlot tour tram ride at Disney's MGM Studios. Originally called the Backstage Studio Tour on May 1st, 1989, and arguably its biggest and certainly its longest attraction at Disney's MGM Studios. The Studio Backlot Tour was a combination of a walking and tram tour of the Backlot area of the park. For the purpose of the video, we are going to concentrate on the tram part of the tour. The Backstage Studio Tour's first segment transports you by tram behind the scenes of a set where you'll see the Golden Girls house, a New York City street, and skyline. The highlight of the tour was Catastrophe Canyon, a perilous journey where you experienced amazing artificial disasters that seemed real enough in the movies but even more impressive up close. In 2003, Residential Street was walled off for the tour and demolished. The land was used for the Lights, Motors Action Stunt Show. Originally, the park's premier attraction shut down in the fall of 2014 after years of downscaling. In August 2015, it was announced that the area would be used for Toy Story Land. The entire attraction has now been demolished. Number 1. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. This opening day attraction was based upon Disneyland's original version, which still exists to this day. This crazy and fun ride experience was not an original idea. It was inspired by Disney's 1949 feature, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Mr. Toad reused the soundtrack and various sound effects from the original soundtrack. It also had some unique characteristics that set it apart from its California counterpart. The most obvious was that the Florida incarnation had 2 separate boarding areas. Each track had at least one unique ride scene. At one point, the vehicles on different tracks would head directly towards each other, giving the sense of an oncoming collision. In October 1997, rumors began to spread that an attraction based on Winnie the Pooh would replace Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. On August 27, 1998, Walt Disney World announced the closure of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Reactions to the announcement were severely negative. Many fans launched a campaign to save the attraction. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride would officially close on September 7, 1998 to make room for the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which opened on June 4, 1999. Minor tributes to the ride can be found in Disney World, including paintings of Mr. Toad and Molly within the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Also, there lies a statue of Mr. Toad in a pet cemetery outside of the Haunted Mansion. One of the original ride vehicles once sold at an auction for $13,000. Isn't that cool? Thanks for joining us on this Top 5 Disney Stranger Time Machine Extinct Rides at Walt Disney World Countdown. We really appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out these videos. And guys, don't forget to walk forward!
Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please click the like button below. Your comments are welcome. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the Disney Stranger channel.
And walk forward.